And interesting, of course, Egypt is trying to keep Turkey out of the process as well, according to reports. Of course, we saw that they weren't invited to that summit in Ankara last week. Israel, though, is meant to work with Egypt on this new plan. Yet there are problems there too, aren't there? Israel has just declared the border with Egypt a closed military zone. And this is because of weapons smuggling that has been coming across the border via drones, something Israelis in the south have been complaining about for a long time now. Before I get your take on that, let's take a quick listen to Israel's defense minister, Israel Katz.
I instructed the IDF to turn the area adjacent to the Israel-Egypt border into a closed military area and to change the opening fire instructions accordingly in order to combat the drone threat that endangers the security of the state. At the same time, I agreed with the head of the Shin Bet that the Shin Bet would work to define the threat of weapons smuggling via drones as a terrorist threat, in order to allow the security agencies that are dealing with the issue to use new tools to fight the threat. Weapons smuggling via drones is part of the war in Gaza and is intended to arm our enemies, and all means must be taken to stop it. I say that we are declaring war on the threat and on all those involved in the smuggling. The rules of the game have changed, and anyone who penetrates the forbidden area will pay a heavy price and be harmed.
So essentially, this is no longer a police matter. This is an issue of national security, and that will be a source of relief, won't it, for many people, particularly in the south of Israel?
Absolutely. This has been something that the Miskav Institute for National Security, under the leadership of Mayor Ben Shabbat, has been pushing for over the last number of months. We put out a policy paper there to all the decision makers recently on this. This distinction between what's purely criminal and what's terrorist, that false distinction, that artificial distinction, is something that should be discarded after October 7th. What we see on the ground in reality is the mixture. And yes, there are these drones carrying weapons, carrying explosives over the border. Some of them may be used for just criminal purposes. Some of them may reach Hamas. Some of them may reach extremist Muslim Brotherhood elements in Israel's south. Some of them may be for criminal purposes today, but tomorrow could be used for nationalistic terror purposes. So we're very, very happy that Defense Minister Katz, the new head of the Shin Bet, General Zini, and National Security Council, everybody has come together to make this change. Of course, this was a declaration. We have to make sure that it actually happens so that those residents in the south, and the kibbutzim in the south, no longer see these drones carrying weapons flying overhead as they take their children home from nursery.
Great. Asher, thank you very much indeed. Great to talk to you. Asher Fredman there.